So I think I solved my transmission cooler fan quest here. So this was a blank spot. I purchased it from eBay. This is a 06 Nissan Pathfinder. So I also have a, because obviously the switch is 12 volts coming out, going into a relay which turns 12 volts into ground. All right. This is coming from the cigarette lighter with a 3 ampere on it, because it's just a trigger switch. This green wire is the trigger. It's a standard relay. You could look it up. This is the trigger wire that actually talks to this white wire that goes all the way to the fuse box underneath. This is the illumination wire. So when I turn my headlights on, this little thing gets colorful, and then when I turn the fans on, that little fan comes on. And there's my trans cooler right there. All right. Let me go back and turn this off and explain it. Turn the lights off. All right. So what I did in order to tap in, I'm not done yet because I have some directional diodes that I'm going to install into this. So when I activate my side of the ground trigger signal, the ECM isn't affected by what I'm doing. It doesn't even know I'm there. So I'm creating a hybrid transmission cooler. And another thing is I'm also going to do a temp gauge. A trans temp switch that at 180 degrees, it will trigger the low, which is the low. And it goes to 87 is the ground. Everywhere on the internet says, oh, 85, 85. I don't know if my camera's clear or not. There we go. So this is the low speed. On the right side top, as you put it in, is 87. That is what the ECM triggers ground to turn these fans on. But you can't have high come on unless low is triggered first. So you would have to jump from 87 to 85, which is the top right side of here, top left side of there. When you jump those together, that will activate the high to come on. The diodes are kind of important. There's no back feed. You will get back fed if you have a LED light switch like I have. Without this light likes to stay on when I'm hooked up to the ground of the low side 87, which is power when you put a probe to it. But I did kind of like a reverse engineering where I turned the key on, hit the door switch 10 times, 1, 2, 3, 10 times within 20 seconds. Then I turn the key off. Then a second later, I turn the key back on. The vehicle will go through the headlights, fog lights, window wipers, the AC compressor, and then it will turn the low on the radiator fan, the AC part, and then it will activate the high side. So I just probed the relays to see what lights up, what gets triggered, and that's what I did. I just followed that. So now I have that trigger wire run all the way into here, which so much research, nothing could tell me this, so I had to do it this way. And now I'm golden. And then, like, say I turn the key off, the fans turn off too, so you don't have to worry about that. But the transmission temp switch that I'm installing is going to turn on at 180 degrees all by itself on high, so it will activate both, and it will go into emergency mode and activate that. But if I'm stuck in traffic and I notice my temp gauge is going up because I have a little gauge here, I will just happily hit my little fan switch and see how that works out. So yeah, hope you like. Peace out. Thanks for watching.